Yo, what's good my YouTube family? Alex Moore here, back again with another video. Thank you as always for tuning into the channel. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at @realalexmoore_. As you guys can see by the title, today I'm going to be discussing restarting my self-improvement journey and becoming unrecognizable in the next 6 months. Why am I restarting my self-improvement journey? A lot of things haven't really gone my way the last few years, and I haven't necessarily transmuted that negative energy or some of those losses into positive energy or positive action the way I needed to. I didn't really realize this in real time, but I was someone who was becoming a lazy, ambitious person. I had spoken about that a little bit on and off in a previous video I made maybe 3 or 4 months ago, but I didn't really realize that that was something I had actually dealt with for an extended period of time. What I mean by being lazy ambitious, I really mean just consuming a lot of content on YouTube, a lot of self-improvement videos, or even reading self-improvement books, but never taking anything into action. When I was waking up, going to the gym in the mornings, I'd go ahead and have some self-improvement YouTube videos playing, or even just while I'm getting ready for work, I'm listening to self-improvement, whatever the case may be. I was listening to guys like Avery B, Phil Kofer, Cry, FitX Fearless. I loved just consuming their content. I loved what they talked about as far as, you know, being on their purpose, having an incredible physique, making a decent amount of money, being a man that sets himself apart from everyone else. I was never actually taking any advice that they would give me into action. I did buy a habit tracker from Avery B in June of 2024, but honestly, y'all, I was really on and off with that habit tracker for a majority of that time frame. I didn't really start getting back on it again until this year, and even with this year, I think I was good in January and February and didn't touch it at all in March. And I'm just now coming back to it in April. Just doing things like not continuously using my habit tracker, not continuously eating healthy, or not continuously putting work into my craft. It was like I was thinking just because I was going to the gym and had a job and had a home, that was enough for me to cope and make it seem like I was doing something different from a lot of men, when in reality I really wasn't any different from anyone else. I just had a home that I lived in, and that was it. And I kind of used that as a crutch, I feel like, to make me feel a little bit better about myself, or make it seem like I was doing something. I would also just look at my vision board on a daily basis. I would see the things on my vision board, having that physique like I just told y'all, or being able to travel the world, or having that nice car. I was at least visualizing some things, but I was never actually doing anything to put it into action. I was expecting God, I was expecting the universe to just give me those things because I was thinking about it, but never actually putting anything into action with it. Same with the glow up videos. I was someone who watched a lot of glow up videos on YouTube as well. Same thing, I'd go ahead and watch those videos nonstop, but I never even applied anything that they were really talking about. Like, yeah, I would go ahead and have a skincare routine, and I try to get a decent haircut every few weeks, but everything else I kind of ignored and just consumed more so from an entertainment factor than a factor of actually applying it, taking everything I learned and putting it into action immediately. Some of those things helped me back, a lot of it unconsciously, not really realizing that I was falling into the rhythm of just drifting further and further away each week and just repeating the same things over and over on autopilot. The next thing that I struggled with just these past few years is not giving anything my full 100%. Just like how I talked about, I was going to the gym. I was waking up at 5 a.m. and I was going to the gym, which I still do. But in all honesty, I never really was pushing myself as hard as I needed to push myself. I didn't realize that I was just being comfortable. I was never really embracing the pain. I was never really pushing myself to that limit to see myself grow. And I didn't realize that that affected me in the gym, but also just in life itself. But yet I would get frustrated when I see other people getting the results that they get. I'm like, dang, how come I'm not getting my results? I wasn't putting in the right effort. That effort carried straight into my career as well. I've talked multiple times just about videos about how I've been laid off multiple times and how my income has plummeted from where I once was. I've been inconsistent with my career choices. I've been inconsistent with even applying for jobs. I might apply for 50 jobs in 1 week, or do 10 jobs a day, 10 applications a day, might network, send out a few messages to people on LinkedIn, you know, try to connect with people who could possibly help me. But then the next week or 2 weeks later, it's like I don't even care anymore. Okay, this didn't happen fast enough. All these jobs rejected me. The market is just bad. This is stupid. I'll just use my time for something else. I could have upped it up from applying to 50 jobs a week to applying to 100 jobs a week, or, you know, spending 2 hours a day doing that. But instead, I did the bare minimum, and I got the bare minimum results because of that. And it wasn't even just with looking for a new job. It was also in my other careers, being a mortgage loan officer. Being a new mortgage loan officer, it's important for you to go out into the community, try to connect with as many realtors, go to as many open houses as possible. Same thing, I do that for a week or 2 weeks. I go to open houses on Saturday or Sunday and try to meet with at least 3 to 4 realtors each week. I wouldn't be sending them follow-up emails, or I'd send just one follow-up email, and if I don't hear anything, I just disregard them altogether. And I didn't realize that I was just putting so little action into everything, even YouTube. Y'all know firsthand. I mean, look at how inconsistent this channel has been. I'm here for a video or two, disappear for a month or two, come back for another video, disappear again. I get frustrated because I tell myself, hey, I want to be a full-time YouTuber. Hey, I want to be a content creator. Hey, I want to do this or do that. Yet you're putting in the bare minimum amount of work in order to get those things. Or if you are putting in a good amount of work, you're just not doing it on a consistent enough basis. And then you're wondering why your situation hasn't changed. You're getting frustrated. And then you would just want to quit and just not do anything even more because it's just like nothing else is going right. It's this cycle that I was in. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments if that's something you guys can relate to. Trying to do so many different things. Maybe this will work and then it doesn't work. Okay, let me try this, but that also doesn't work. And then nothing's working, so you just say, F it, I'm gonna just chill. It might even be a subconscious thing. You don't even realize that you're doing it. I don't even think I really realized oftentimes that I was taking those breaks or I was self-sabotaging myself, whatever the case may be. But doing all of these things, taking the lack of action or putting in less than maximum effort into everything I do really ruined my confidence. I lost my confidence, you guys. As a man, not being able to handle business or see yourself improve the way you want to, you know, that can just take a toll on your mental. And it was like, dang, I'm struggling financially. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Me and my girl are long distance. I can't even take time off to really go see her like that. My car had been messed up. I'm having to rent a rental car just to go ahead and drive to Atlanta to see her. And it's just, I'm promising her all these things, but I'm not delivering on anything. I'm saying, okay, I'm working hard, but I'm not working as hard as I need to. I'm not really working to change my situation. This just made me feel stagnant. It made me feel embarrassed. I started losing my hair more, which is a whole nother situation itself. Anybody as a man who's lost their hair, especially if you used to like having waves or just having a decent cut, like I've had waves, I had curls, like I've had a whole bunch of cuts. When your hair starts to not look right, that'll definitely mess up your confidence. Nothing worked, y'all. I guess that's what I'm saying with everything so far in this video. It's just that nothing was really working for me. It just caused me to just go into a deeper spiral and just stop, start again, stop, start again. But that leads me to where we're at today, which is me taking back control of my life and making sure within the next 6 months, everything changes and I am that man that I said I was going to be in 2024. I am that man I said I was going to be in 2023. And there's no going back. I'm not going back to the old me. So one thing I've realized, and I touched on this in a previous video, is that I can't do this by myself. I had to invest in mentors. I have a mentor for life coaching. She's really just helping me discover a lot more of my strengths, figuring out how I can really make a difference in the world from a value standpoint, and also identifying just the things that don't really serve me that I probably need to cut out, while also continuing to strengthen my relationship with God and just overall make sure that I'm the person spiritually that I need to be and I'm living life the right way. It's been great working with her, just learning things about myself, learning things about my personality, learning things about some of the things I went to as a child that have taken with me as an adult and why I make certain decisions that I make, both good and bad. My bad, y'all, camera died, so we had to switch over to the iPhone. Just having a mentor, having that life coach has been tremendous for me, just in identifying more of my strengths and more of my weaknesses as well. I'm learning so much about education related stuff. I'm learning so much about just not caring what people think anymore. You know, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm starting to record my workouts at the gym with the tripod, which is something I've always been nervous to do. I know that's something super random, but I've always been in my own head about things like that. I guess I say all that just to let you know that the self-improvement journey is back up and running. I have so many people on my team now, it's impossible for me to fail. I have you guys holding me accountable, so it's impossible for me to fail. And these videos will get better. I know these past few videos that I've dropped may feel a little bit redundant or, you know, not really have the best plots or storylines or anything as far as the outcome of the videos, but I'm really just working to just come back, take you guys on that journey just like I did back in 2023 when y'all was rocking with me heavy. And we just gonna build that momentum back and get it back going. These next 180 days, I'm gonna be a different person. And if you guys have been struggling with the same issues as me, man, go ahead and start your journey today as well. You can even go ahead and drop in a comment, letting me know what are some things that you're struggling with and how you're going to try to improve that in the next 6 months. So we can all make sure come 2026, we're not stuck saying the same things that we said in 24, 23, 25. But yeah, I feel like I've been yapping for long enough. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you thought of today's video. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's Alex. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.